Let us put ourselves in the divine presence. By divine presence, we mean that all-permitting, all-pervading essence that sits within everything and pervades all like the air. Let us feel that the body is divinely filled from inside, and that we can feel this presence around the very skin of the body. Let us arrange the body in such a way that it feels alive and alert. Just make sure that the chest, the neck, and the head is aligned in a straight line. Let us be thankful for the erectness of the spine, that it facilitates the unfolding of our full potential. Let us put a smile on the face as a reflection of the joy and serenity that we feel inside and all around. Let us surrender to the divine will. Just put the ego that operated throughout the day to one side. Let us make a mental salutation to all the great saints, mystics, all of those who unfolded their full divine potential from within, those who had direct perception of the inner glory of the divine self. Let us make a mental salutation to all our teachers, our Guru, the channel or instrument for divine grace to flow, remover of doubts, the one who acts as a father or mother, and all the line of teachers and the energy through which these teachers flow. This divine grace flows through all of these instruments, and in the divine plan manifests itself as the scenes in front of you, the situation in which you find yourself now. Fully equipped to face the world, to play a game of life, to construct creative images that lead you. Let us mentally make a salutation to the Supreme Lord. Let us now, in a spirit of generosity, feel the divine presence spreading in all material places. First, starting with those around us, those familiar with us. And then, of course, our own body made from different parts and different cells. Let that supreme fullness of divinity fill these, and let us feel how this infinite invisible is tangibly present here and now in every cell of the body. Let us imagine an unlimited resource of fragrant rose petals that we distribute freely around us and beyond us to everything and every creature that moves, and as a background to all those objects that facilitate this movement, such as rocks and trees and the earth itself. Let us imagine how in the very core of the spinning earth, this inner controller sits. Let us imagine this entity to be the very axis of the world. Let us spread our fragrant flowers of goodwill, asserting values of strength, fearlessness, beauty, goodness, harmony, love. Let this fragrance and the values that go with it waft across the entire universe, spreading the fragrance of these flowers beyond the borders of those objects that we have heard of, or that we know of, or that we have seen with our own eyes. Let us assert, may all beings be happy, may all beings be peaceful, may all beings be blissful. Let us mentally allow the sound, the primordial sound of Om, to emanate from the very core of our being. Let this sound resonate in every cell of the body. Let us feel the throbbing vibration within us of this most powerful primordial sound symbol. Let us continue with our own personal mantra given to us by our Guru. Let us repeat this mantra 108 times, or however many times is recommended by your most personal guide. In repeating this mantra, let it be an invitation to the unveiling of that most personal and intimate chosen ideal that sits in steady poise within your heart. Let us feel energy surging throughout the body. Let us feel this great universal energy captivated, as it were, in the energy and material life of the human body. Let us now see how refined it is when it expresses itself as the mind itself. Let us imagine this mind to be like a pot. Let us place this pot at the side of a lake that has calm, still water. Let us imagine that this water is the divine essence and nectar of purity and love. Let us fill this pot, this vessel of the mind, with this pure divine nectar. Let it not only fill the pot of the mind, but let it overflow. Let it overflow from the mind to the body until your whole being feels saturated with this divine essence. Let us stay with this scene. Let us imagine a calm lake in front of us and mountains as a backdrop. Let us find out what this scene means to us, but let us vividly imagine the scene first. Let us visualize the shimmering waters of the lake, the images of the reflected mountains in it, the crystal quality of the water, the forests on the banks, the silence of the scene, and the sun in the distance. Let us sit there, surrounded by this scene. Let us take every item within it and ask, what do I learn from the water? Water takes the shape of any vessel in which you put it. It is flowing, it is fluid. Just like divine grace flows to us as breath, as thought, as energy, as time. Let us mentally feel thankfulness for the flow in all these aspects of the divine. Mountains teach us the power of fearlessness and strength. They never move. They're always steady and constant. They allow the mind to be elevated to the highest position. They remind us that At the very top, we have a view of the whole totality of existence. They are beautiful, their irregular shape and curves gives an appeal to the aesthetic mind. Let us be thankful for the existence of these geological frameworks that direct us and give us extra joy and a sense of peace, calm, and serenity. What does the sky teach us? The sky, infinite, blue, no limitation. The sky has no boundaries. It reminds us of our own infinite nature. It reminds us that the source of life is always close at hand. Let us be thankful for this infinite invisible that from time to time we catch a glimpse of. The mountains reflected in the water. What does it teach us? The mind reflects anything that comes near it. If the mountains represent the most divine, the waters reflect this by keeping near to the highest principle, by keeping near to existence, pure consciousness, and bliss. The lake of the mind adopts this. Let us be thankful for the arrangement of the mind that reflects all the episodes of grace that come to it. The opportunity to fill the mind in every moment with divine presence. What do we learn from the whole of nature? We learn that nature is designed to facilitate our growth. That nature is like a mother that nurtures us, supports us, unconditionally loves us. Supplies us with names and shapes and forms, dimensions, and the grace of ever-flowing energy. Let us offer our thankfulness to nature as a mother. What does the sun teach us? The sun teaches us pure knowledge, the capacity to beam and shine, no matter what happens elsewhere. It is radiant and its radiance spread every corner. Its face is known to us in the morning and in the evening and during the day also. This king of the day called the sun supplies energy, life, and light. It reminds us of that being which lights the sun, that appears as lightning and fire, that maintains a constant temperature within us as digestive fire. Let us take now an inner journey and experience this inner dimension for ourselves. Let us start with the mind itself as a lake with ripples around us. Let us allow it to reflect the innermost essence that sits in the innermost sanctum of the heart. Let us pause just to experience the joy of presence. Let us imagine that in the very core of the heart itself, a disk more brilliant than the sun itself. Within it, just imagine a smaller disk of brilliant white color, luminosity, unspeakable brilliance. Let us see that within that, a smaller, more brilliant, more shining entity, more luminous than we could ever see with the eyes. Let us share its essence of pure existence, pure consciousness, and absolute bliss. Let us see how it has the capacity for malleability, that from it comes everything. From it can come a whole cosmic mind that through divine grace comes to us as a form. To all intents and purposes, this form that sits in the inner cave of the heart is human and has hands and eyes and legs, with this one great difference: it is luminous. It is made from pure light. It is made from pure love. Let us sink down deeply into its presence, expressing our innermost feelings of gratitude, adoration, and oneness. Let the presence of this inner entity remain with us. Let our mind always be attuned to it. Just finish with final prayer. Adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and prostrations unto Thee. Thou art omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Thou art existence, consciousness, bliss absolute, Sat Chit Ananda. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, and balanced mind. Grant us the inner spiritual resistance or inner spiritual energy to resist temptation and control the mind. Free us from all our vices. Fill our entire minds with divine virtues. Let us behold Thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve Thee in all these names and forms. Let Thy mind be ever attuned to Thee. Let Thy presence ever be in our hearts. Let Thy praise be ever on our lips. Let us abide in Thee forever and ever. Let us abide in Thee forever and ever. In your own time now, continue the meditation. When you are concluded, do not all of a sudden get up. Those who want to tune in again in about 30 minutes, we can, in a meditative way, reflect on the message of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita.